Hey, I just want to give a good overview of my Tamiya GF01. I just finished building the kit last week. A kit I was really eager to build for a long time. I've been building Tamiya kits on and off since the 80s, since I was a kid. I got about 8 or 9 of them in the room here right now, to include a WR02, the Wild Willie 2, which is sort of the associate to this kit right here. I went pretty much all out, got just about every alloy component I could get for the kit. Spent more money than I should have. You could have really got something, fairly high end for the money between the kit, the electronics, and the metal. But you know what? What the hell? It's a pretty neat kit. First thing I'll talk about is the body, the paint. I painted the body. It seems to me it's pushing a pre-painted kit right now. I had to go on Amazon and track down one with the unpainted body. I went with a dark gray here, or a gunmetal. No decals used. All this is done, no airbrush. I did this all rattle can. The turn signals, the headlights, the grill, all the small decals, this was all done. Taping off the body and painting it. In the back over here, rear turn signals. I did those with multiple layers of paint. And I think it turned out pretty good, with the only exception being these Tamiya logo decals. They're the only stickers on the kit. Wheelie inside there, painted by brush, not exactly box art. I think he turned out pretty good. Underneath, I'll show you guys the electronics. Go over all the metal bits. All right, body's off. First thing with the electronics, I got a Turner G high torque servo. The ESC I'm using is the one that came with the kit. This is the TBLE-02 brushed or brushless ESC. I'm using it in brushless mode right now. I'm using Spectrum 2.4 gigahertz radio gear. I'm using lipos. The Tamiya, none of the Tamiya ESCs will have a lipo cutoff. Problem easily solved with I have this high-tech battery buzzer. These are about $8, depending where you get them at. You basically plug your lipo in, and if anybody hasn't used one of these before, it lets you know how many cells you're using. You can set it. I have it set at 3.4 volts, basically. No lipo cutoff on ESC. This thing will buzz when the lipo hits its minimum voltage. You're done. If you don't feel like buying another ESC, it's an easy $8 purchase. The motor I'm using in the kit, this is a Tamiya TBLE-02 censored brushless motor. I'm not super hardcore Tamiya electronics. I just happen to have this motor for another kit that didn't work out so well. I figured I'd try it out in this one. So this is a censored brushless motor. The motor that comes with the kit, the Torque Tune silver can, runs about 16,000 RPMs. The Sport Tune 540, if anybody's familiar with these run about 18,300 RPMs. The 15.5 turn Tamiya brushless with 7.2 volts. These are basically about 2,600 kV, which puts you at about 18,700 RPMs. So you're really close to your black can. Sport tuned, speed wise, a lot more torque. It's a lot smoother, and you actually get longer battery run times. I think for this kit, everybody has a preference. I've seen some people running some pretty high kV brushless in these. I think 2,500 to the 3,000 kV is a pretty good setup for this particular kit. Like I said, it's all personal preference. The metal bits, the suspension, shock towers, GPM. The lower suspension arms are GPN. The hubs are Racing. The upper adjustable arms, if you guys can see those there, are Active Racing. Same thing in the back. The lowers are GPM. Uppers are Active Racing. The hubs are GPM. All the suspension is GPM. And my alloy wheel bar there, actually, that might be a GPM. I can't remember where I got that kit from. The servo mount here, protector, is a GPM also. A lot of metal bits. I got all full bearings in the kit. I just wanted to build it this way. My WR2 over here, years ago I did pretty much the same thing. If anybody hasn't had one of these kits, is the Wild Willie 2, which is 2-wheel drive, compared to the GF01, which is 4-wheel drive. And I did the same thing years ago. All alley ports, mostly GPM. Old school Kyosho Omega 360 in there. Great kit. I've had this about 12 years now. The wheels I went with, these are crawler wheels. These are Tamiya Hummer wheels with some 1.9 inch with some scale crawler tires on them. I had them for another kit. Once again, I wasn't using them. I threw them on just for looks, and it runs pretty good. I had the stock tires on the white aftermarket wheels, and you know what? The crawler wheels, I think overall look better on the kit from a scale standpoint. Not that this kit is scaled by any means, but I think the layout, the battery layout on the GF01, the four-wheel drive, and maybe just the extra weight of all the metal. Here I thought the thing would tip over with these very narrow tires on it. But no, it's really stable. It's really, really stable. You can really bomb it wide open. It doesn't flip. It doesn't tip over. It wheelies just great. I'll put some video up here shortly. And I think it looks better. Plus, you can go in the high grass. It'll go up hills. Not exactly a scale crawler, but it makes the kit a little more versatile. So, all that being said, I'm going to take this thing out, run it, add some running video with the lipo in there. I'm running a Turnigy 7.4 volt 2S 3300 pack. I got a couple of them, and I'll show you guys how the kit runs. Anyway, keep watching.